Hello there. I'm going to show you how to improvise 3 steps to improvisation. Notes of the chord, notes of interest, and what I call chromatic connections. So it doesn't matter what song you're playing, we're going to use all the things you are as a foundation for this, as a basis, as a chord progression of 6, 2, 5, 1 in the key of A flat. So just make sure you know the key of A flat, quick and easy. And it's going to be, you can watch my tutorial of course, but it's chord 6, F minor 7, chord 2, B flat minor 7, chord 5, E flat 7, and 1 is A flat major 7. But the emphasis is on the right hand. But the interesting thing is, I'm not really going to touch the chords in this video too much, because what I want you to understand when you're improvising is that the whole piano becomes the chord. Every note becomes a note value based in the key of that particular chord. So let's have a look at F minor 7. It's all right, it's all well and good knowing what notes to play. I call it a pool of notes. But what's more important is how you play those notes. Within the octave, over 2 octaves, over 3 octaves. And there's many different ways that you can play lines, linear improviser lines. So let's just start, first of all, I recommend just playing the notes of the chord within an octave and just see how you naturally play it. So you just imagine a little rhythm, a kind of that kind of speed. And all I'm going to be doing is playing the notes of F minor 7 within an octave. A great place to start. So imagine we're going like I can do it like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I went out by 1 note, doesn't matter. So that's just what's happening. That's just the groove I'm feeling. Some nice little reaches over there. I'm not playing it always like an open chord or broken chord rather. I'm playing it. There's some silence, some hesitation. Little patterns that repeat. That's pretty nice. Let's just try and put that, but we slip into B flat minor 7 shape. So I'm going to do 1 bar of F. Now I'm on B flat minor 7, which is these notes. Just drop outside the octave by 1 note there. Let's slip back into F minor. B flat minor 7. F minor 7. So just alternating between 2 different chords, and of course you can do that through the whole 6, 2, 5, 1. So the next thing is notes of interest. The first note of interest of 3 that I'm going to give you is the note which is the 2nd degree of the major scale of the key that you're playing in. So we're playing F minor 7 here, basically the key of F. Of course we know the major scale. And you're going to play the 2nd, which is also known as the 9 in jazz theory. If you play that note with any chord type, and I really mean it, majors, minors, 7s, 6 minors, any chord, whole diminished even, it works nicely. Just works everywhere, half diminished, augmented, 13s, it works with everything, minor 7, becomes minor 9, major 7. The 9 just works with everything. It's a great note to add on top of just the notes of the chord. So when we go to B flat minor 7, you'll know B flat major scale. The 2nd is C, so you'll add that to the minor 7 as notes to play. It's going to add another layer. So let's do that with F minor 7, put the G in there. So maybe I'll just jab a chord. Occasionally I'm putting in another chord, another note, because it's very hard to only play those notes, to be honest. But they're safe notes. We'll talk about them in a moment. See, it sounds really nice. B flat minor 7. I'll do an inversion. I'll do this one here. See, I'm really emphasizing the 9 here. So here is going to lead me on to the next part, which is where you put in these passing tones and chromatic connections. It doesn't mean that you just keep playing everything chromatically like this. That's just silly. But just taking the F minor 7, if I wanted to play like something like that, I could go, instead of playing, I could just go like this. So these notes, it's irrelevant what key they're in, they're just passing tones. And then I go over this B here onto the C. And now to the F, I might come down from the F sharp. Let's go to the 9, but from the G flat. Slide onto the 9. Slide onto the 9. Come back down chromatically to the 7. This is what gives you that jazz sound. Now, I've spent years studying transcriptions and listening and playing along to many jazz recordings. Bill Evans, Oscar Peterson, all of them. Hank Jones, Tommy Flanagan, just all of them. Barry Harris, everyone. And Red Garland, really, really great soloist. And they all do that. It's normally about 70% notes of the chord, adding in a 9, and putting in some chromatic connections is the other sort of 30% or so. Maybe 25% is the notes of interest, which is the 9, and then the other 2 I'm going to give you. And then the final little 5% is just these little chromatic connections between them. And that is really going to make you sound really, really good, especially if you play in time and you don't sort of forget what the next chord is. Otherwise, you'll hesitate and stumble. That's why you need to know chord progressions before anything else. So the next note on top of the 9 is going to be the flat 5. Now, when you're playing a flat 5, technically that's the kind of a blues note. I'll play it in the key of F. Well, I'll stay in the key of F. So the blues scale, here's the flat 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but flattened. But here's the blues scale with the root, the minor, the 4, the flat 5, the 5, regular, flat 7, and the octave again. So that's the blues scale in F. So it's got a very specific sound to it. But it can also be called, instead of a flat 5, a sharp 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, sharpened. So with a major 7, it doesn't have the bluesy sound like it does with a regular 7. You see? But major 7, you don't play it with that blues scale. It doesn't work. You don't play blues with a major 7. It just doesn't work. So it's going to be called a major 7 in that case. So you can still play a flat 5 with a major 7 chord, but just call it a sharp 11 in your mind, and don't do it with all the other blues stuff. In other words, the blues scale. We're only playing an F minor 7 here, and it does clash, but it does sound nice, the blues scale, when you're playing a minor 7 chord, because 2 of the notes are in the minor 7, the A flat and the E flat, are in the blues scale. So the blues scale is almost like a minor 7. That's what I call minor blues sometimes. So let's just do that. So we can add the 9, and we can add the flat 5, or sharp 11 if it's a major 7 chord, which it isn't in this case. So when you're playing a minor 7, that sharp 11 note, the flat 5 note, you can also play a 4. So this is, consider this one note. The flat 5 / sharp 11, if it's a major 7, / 11, but regular. So the 11 likes minor 7 chords. You can call that 4 if you want to, but technically it's an 11. So it's contextual. So on that F minor 7, I can now play a G, a B flat for the 11. I can use this as a flat 5 to give it a bit of a blues sound, and it's going to sound nice. Now the last note is the 6, which is also a 13, which is kind of my least favourite sound. The minor 7 with a 6 on top of it, or 13 is called a minor 13. It's my least favourite chord type, but it still works as a passing note. It sounds very, or not even a passing note, a target note. The passing note would be a C sharp, because that's not in any of the chord types in this key. So F minor 7, I can go. Let's just put this note in as well. Now I'll put the D in it. So it sounds very nice as a target note, melodically speaking. I don't like it as a sound, but as a note, It sounds nice. So you can play the notes of the chord. You can play the 9. So I'll just do it all together. Now put the 9 in it. Now we'll put the 11 in it. We'll put the flat 5 in it. And we put the D in it. Isn't that nice? Sounds very nice. Notes that you would not normally think about playing. Let's just jump on the, we've done F minor 7, done a little bit on the B flat. Let's just put the E flat 7 in it. So we've got an E flat 7, it's all the same thing. So the E flat major scale. We can play, of course, the notes of the chord. We can do the grace notes, sliding. Nice. Now we can put the 9 in it, the F. We can put the 6 on it. Lovely note with the dominant 7 chord type there. And we can put the flat 5 in it, which is going to be the A for the blues. It's a blues scale in E flat. So it's going to sound very nice. Well, not when you do it like that. You normally put it in a blues line. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Here, D I use as a passing tone. We can go up again, up to the 9. Maybe roll down to the flat 5. Down to the 9. You get the idea. So that's kind of all you're doing. It doesn't matter what song you're playing. You're just playing notes of the chord, adding a 9, adding a either 11 if it's minor 7, flat 5 to make it bluesy, which can be with dominant 7 chords, or minor 7s. It just sounds nice. Normal 7. Sounds very nice. The major 7 to give you a sharp 11. Very nice sound. And the 6, which works with minor 7s and 7s. Major 7, it can work. It's not too bad. Major 13 sound. So these are the kind of notes that you're going to play around with. And to not make the video too long and to kind of conclude it with a final thought, and of course I can make other videos on this, is about being melodic and using space and hesitation in the improvisation. So let's just go to the A flat major 7 just to conclude the chord progression. I think that one fits on the video. Just got the E flat there, G, A flat, C. That's A flat major 7, as if 6, 2, 5, 1. We're now here. So I can see A flat major 7 everywhere. So the 9 is going to work again, the B flat. The D is going to be nice because it's sharp 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not really a flat 5 in this context. We're going to call it sharp 11 because it's a major 7 chord type. We can put the F in it for the 6 or the 13. And the other notes will be passing tones, so they'll sound wrong if you play them on purpose. Like that. Not very nice. Not very nice. Not very nice. Not very nice. Because they're not elegant notes, they're passing tones. See, they work to connect all the other stuff, all the good notes together. So you want to just play with some kind of melodic idea, with space. So space. Pick up a little riff that. You see how it's pretty? You don't have to, it's not even about the left hand. It's not about the speed you're playing. It's just that prettiness. I'm just looking at A flat major 7 with the 9, the sharp 11, and the 6 in it. The whole piano becomes that, so I can play these notes anywhere. With these little passing tones. There's not really a lot else to say. If you spend the next year studying transcriptions from all the great jazz pianists, you will see that it is about 70%-ish notes of the chord, 20+% notes of interest, what we've talked about, 9, 11, and 13s. And the final bit, just passing tones. But they just do it in a very melodic way. Nice little patterns, space. almost jokes. You know, you might kind of just do like... Just keep playing a note like that. Just having a little joke with it. So listen to lots of jazz, listen to all the classic recordings, not just on the piano, and you'll hear what they're doing. They're not just playing boring, they're not just playing. That's just boring. That's not a pretty melodic line. That was a bit more melodic. You see the difference? Anyway, hopefully this video has been of use to you. Apply it to any song that you're learning. Alternate between the first two chords and just only use the right hand and watch the piano change as the chord type changes. So I'm seeing F minor 7 everywhere, and then it just switches to B flat minor 7, and that's the F minor 7 has just disappeared, and I can only see the B flat minor. Just slowly add the notes, and you'll just get used to it. Like when I was playing the A flat major 7, I'm so familiar with seeing that I just know instinctively that the D is the sharp 11, the F is the 6 or 13, the sharp 11 or sharp 11 flat 5 is there, the 9 is the B flat. They're just instinctive, and that just comes with practice, I guess. So there you go. Hopefully this video has been of use to you. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my video management website, Walter Pianism Recidivist, perhaps Patreon, all my playlists. Requests welcome. Hope like the angle on the right side this time. See you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.